When most people first hear about psychological safety, they immediately think it's about coddling team members or making sure no one is offended. And they would be wrong. Hi, I'm Beth Strathman. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk a little about what psychological safety is not. And I'll link some previous videos about what psychological safety is. So, to begin, just so we're clear, psychological safety is a belief that you won't be punished or humiliated for speaking your mind, asking questions, or admitting to mistakes that you and the rest of the team can learn from. So instead of talking about what psychological safety is, let's shift and spend our time going over some things that psychological safety is not. To start, first, psychological safety is not about avoiding conflict or disagreement. If you have psychological safety on your team, your conflict and disagreement is going to be much more productive. Why? Because when you believe that you're not going to be punished or humiliated for speaking your mind, asking questions, and admitting you made a mistake, then when you have a conflict with someone, and it's agreed that you know this is how we operate with psychological safety, then when you talk to the other person to resolve whatever the issue is, you're going to feel safe to speak up and say what you need to say. Now, you don't need to say it in a nasty way, but you're going to get it off your chest, what you need to do. You're going to do what you need to do. You're going to be able to ask for what you need on your end to resolve the issue. You're also going to be more open to listening to the other person and helping them get what they need as well. Second, psychological safety is not agreeing just for the sake of being nice or polite. So again, with psychological safety, you know that it's safe to speak up, to say what you think, so you don't just need to nod your head and think, I'm just going to let them think whatever. You're not just going to agree to go along, get along. You're going to listen to what the other person has to say and speak your piece as well. Third, psychological safety is not getting or giving praise or unconditional support for everything that people do or say. Everybody doesn't get an attaboy or an attagirl for everything they do. When somebody does something mediocre or wrong, people on the team with psychological safety will feel free to speak up with their opinion or with their perspective so that things are fully discussed and fleshed out. So everything you do isn't going to be wonderful and great, and people will let you know it. Number 4. Psychological safety is not always comfortable and easy. It's not always easy to speak your mind, and it's not always easy to hear what people have to say. But when you do have psychological safety on your team, you know that what other people are saying to you and what you're saying to other people comes from a good place. You trust each other enough that you can say things that might be hard to hear or hard to say. Fifth, psychological safety is not about lowering your performance or quality standards. Not all the work is going to be wonderful and great. When you have psychological safety, you can talk to each other about where the work needs to be redone, what didn't meet the quality standard, what we need to do or redo. You can talk about not meeting goals. You can talk about needing to improve performance in some way. So you can talk about that, and you don't need to accept poor performance, and you don't need to accept low quality. You discuss it and you get it where it needs to be. And finally, number 6, psychological safety is not giving people immunity from consequences. You don't avoid consequences. You still hold each other accountable. The team is held accountable. It's not getting away with murder and being able to turn in poor work product or low quality work. Because again, with psychological safety, your teammates can talk about things openly. And if somebody does something against policy or process and it's very clear, then those people should be held accountable by the team leader. So that is what psychological safety is not. Psychological safety, depending on the culture of your team or the culture of your organization, can be very loud and raucous. There's going to be disagreement. But what is true with psychological safety is that those disagreements can be had without insult and with candor. You can be candid, and you know that people appreciate your candor and won't take it personally. You don't mean it personally, and they don't take it personally. So again, accountability is separate from psychological safety. You can have both at the same time, but don't conflate the two and put them together and thinking it's all together in one concept. It's not. So that's what psychological safety is not. Let me know in the comments what surprised you about psychological safety, about what it isn't. And thanks for watching.